Hello student, myself Vinod Panara, and today we discuss some topic of clutch, coupling and brake chapter of BME, that is Basic Mechanical Engineering. So in today lecture we start with our first topic, that is clutch. So clutch, that is a mechanical device which transmit power from driving shaft to driven shaft. So it is used to transmit motion and power from driving shaft to driven shaft of the machine. Then it is so designed that the two member may be engaged or disengaged whenever required by the hand operated device or automatically by the action of some power driven device. So when there is an engagement between two shaft, driving shaft and driven shaft, so motion and power transmitted from one shaft to another shaft, and when there is a disengagement between two shaft, then motion and power do not transfer. Then the classification of clutch is as follow. First one, that is a mechanical clutch. Second one, that is pneumatic clutch. Third, that is hydraulic clutch. And fourth, that is electromagnetic clutch. So our first topic in clutch, that is disc clutch. It is also known as single plate clutch. So this is diagram of disc clutch. In this diagram, there is driving shaft and driven shaft. Shaft means that is iron rod. So driving shaft and driven shaft. Now, driving shaft, that is attached with driving flange, and driven shaft, that is attached with driven flange, and in between two flange there is friction disc, and also in this diagram there is a spring, operating lever, splines, etc. So in disc clutch, driving flange is attached with driving shaft, driven flange is attached with driven shaft, and in between two flange there is a friction disc. Okay. Now in normal working condition, this is diagram of normal working condition. So in normal working condition, there is a contact between driving flange and driven flange. So motion and power transfer from driving shaft to the driven shaft due to engagement. And when clutch apply, there is a disengagement between driving flange and driven flange. How? When clutch apply, there is a force act on lever. There is a force act on lever. So spring compress, and there is a disconnection between driving flange and driven flange. So motion and power do not transfer from driving shaft to the driven shaft. So we have to discuss two paragraphs. In first one, in normal working condition, what happened, and second one, when clutch apply, what happened. So in normal working condition, there is a connection between driving flange and driven flange. So motion and power transfer from one shaft to another shaft. But when clutch apply, force act on lever, so there is a spring compress, so there is a disconnection between driving flange and driven flange. So motion and power do not transfer from driving shaft to driven shaft. So this type of clutch consists of two flange. One flange that is attached with driving shaft rigidly and other flange that is fitted with driven shaft by splines so that it can slide on the driven shaft. Then in normal working condition, both shafts remain engaged by clutch due to spring action, and when power is not required at driven shaft, then driven flange is disengaged from driving flange by operating lever. Single disc clutch are used in automobile when large power transmission is required. Then instead of single plate clutch, multi disc clutch are used. So this is about disc clutch, that is single plate clutch. Now second one, that is cone clutch. So this is diagram of cone clutch. In this diagram, there is a driving shaft and driven shaft. Driving shaft that is attached with driving conical cone and driven shaft that is attached with driven conical cone. And also in this diagram there is a operating lever, then spring, etc. So in normal working condition, driving conical cone and driven conical cone that are connected with each other, so motion and power transfer from driving shaft to driven shaft. But when clutch press, there is a force act on lever, so spring compress and driven conical cone transfer into this side. So there is a disconnection between driving conical cone and driven conical cone. So motion and power do not transfer from one shaft to another shaft. So in this clutch also there is a two paragraph. In normal working condition what will happen, and when clutch press what happen. So this is about cone clutch. So this type of clutch consists of two cone. In this clutch there is a two flange, and in cone clutch there is a two cone. One cone that is rigidly attached with driving shaft and other cone that is fitted to driven shaft by splines so that it can slide on the driven shaft. Then in normal working condition, both shafts remain engaged by clutch due to spring force. When power is not required at driven shaft, driven conical cone is disengaged from driving conical cone by operating lever. When force apply on lever, spring compress and there is a disconnection between driving conical cone and driven conical cone. So motion and power do not transfer from one shaft to another shaft. The main advantage of cone clutch over the disc clutch is very simple, require less axial pressure to disengage the clutch. So this is advantage of cone clutch over the disc clutch. So this is about cone clutch. Now we discuss third one, that is centrifugal clutch. So this is diagram of centrifugal clutch. In this diagram there is a driving shaft, driven shaft, and driving shaft is attached with spider assembly. Driven shaft is attached with rim of pulley. So driving shaft that is attached with spider assembly and driven shaft that is attached with rim of pulley. In spider assembly, there is a spider, then there is a spring in this diagram, there is a spring, then there is a shoe element and friction liner at the top of shoe element. So at the upper of shoe element, there is a friction liner. So the main component of centrifugal pump, that is driving shaft, driven shaft, spider, spring, shoe element, friction liner, then rim of pulley. Okay. Now in centrifugal clutch, when driving shaft rotate, spider assembly also rotate, so that shoe element also rotate, and due to mass of shoe element there is a centrifugal force produced which is act outward. So centrifugal force is due to rotation of shoe element and centrifugal force act outward. So in this diagram there is a two force, centrifugal force and spring force. Now when centrifugal force is greater than spring force, I repeat, when centrifugal force is greater than spring force, then spring expand. So there is a connection between liner element and rim of pulley at the upper side and below side. So there is a connection between liner and rim of pulley due to expansion of spring, and due to this connection motion and power transfer from driving shaft to driven shaft. And second case, when centrifugal force is equal or less than spring force, then spring do not expand. So there is a disconnection between liner element and rim of pulley. It means liner element do not connected with rim of pulley. There is a disconnection, and so motion and power do not transfer from driving shaft to driven shaft because there is a no connection. There is a disconnection between liner and rim of pulley. So motion and power do not transfer from one shaft to another shaft. So this is about centrifugal clutch. It consists of number of shoe on the inside of drum or rim of pulley. The upper surface of shoe is covered by friction liner material. The spider is fitted on the driving shaft. The spring exerts a radially inward force which is constant due to mass. When driving shaft rotate, the mass of shoe exert a radial outward force, that is centrifugal force, which is due to rotation. When centrifugal force is equal or less than spring force, then liner element that is not connected with rim of pulley, so motion and power do not transfer from one shaft to another shaft. But when centrifugal force is greater than spring force, then shoe move outward So there is a contact between liner and rim of pulley. So motion and power transfer from one shaft to another shaft. The increase of speed causes the shoe to press harder and clutch transmit more power. So this is about centrifugal clutch. So in this lecture, we discuss three type of clutch. First, disc clutch, that is also called single plate clutch. Second, cone clutch, and third, centrifugal clutch. Okay, thank you.